Hello friends, I thought I'd ruminate a little bit for a while on the concept of thinking and thought in relation to music and philosophy, like all of these videos. And the way I want to ruminate on that is through the concept of the fold. I first discovered it in the work of Gilles Deleuze in his book on Foucault, his friend and fellow post-structuralist philosopher, and also in his book The Fold on the philosophy of Leibniz. Now, in a nutshell, and this is my perspective on it, the same with all of these takes, everything thinks. The rivers, the mountains, the trees, the animals that populate this earth, including ourselves, we all think to various degrees. We think in various ways. We think in various modes of thinking. Now, thinking is different from thought. When we think about the concept of thought, we are confronted with the philosophical question of what is thought, and also what is unthought, what is the unthought. And this is where the fold comes in useful. And the fold itself can be thought of with a capital F. I like to think of it with a capital F, the fold. And in my conception of it, and this is Deleuzian, Foucauldian, Leibnizian, then is the fold is the unthought, and it folds itself in order to think, and it folds itself in order to come into being. And the way it does that is through us and through all of the elements, all of the things in existence. On this planet itself thinks in many and varied ways, and we are merely an element in all of that process of thinking the fold into existence. Folds are everywhere when you start noticing them. Folds in the brain. Obviously there's origami, the folding of paper, the beautiful art of it, and also music. If you think about music in terms of folding, what a beautiful example it provides. Music itself, just to give the example of live performance, for example, humans come together with non-humans, and by non-humans I mean the instruments that we play. I also mean the venue that we play in, the stage setup, the lay of the room. Other humans come along and join in this event or performance, and all of this is an act of folding, and all of this is also an act of thinking. It's a way of thinking, a mode of thinking. And what is thought during those events of performance? What is thought? A new mode, a new event of thinking produces a new thought. The way the notes combine, the way the lines combine, the way the sounds combine, with the smells of the room, with the sights in the room, with just the act of existence, produces new thought. And this is again a way for the fold to think itself into existence. It's like the fold exists in its purest state as the unthought, and it spends its time, literally time, exploring more and more through the power of thinking the nature of existence. And I say it thinks itself into being. The Deleuzian in me immediately wants to say it thinks itself into becoming, because being itself is an act of becoming. Everything is in a constant state of becoming. It's springtime right now. You only have to look outside. You only have to go over the park or the woods or in your own garden, if you've got one of those, and see things in a constant state of becoming. Everything is thinking. I'm up very early these days, and I like the change in becoming between pre-dawn and dawn. And when the birds sing at the dawn chorus, they are thinking themselves into a new existence. The sun rises, the planet awakens, this is a mode of thinking, this is a mode of thought. So those are my brief ruminations. Very dense, intense, I know. I try and keep these things short and to the point. We are all involved in an act of thinking that is the fold itself, thinking itself from the unthought into the process of thought. Food for thought, my friends, and I feel like I've said the word thought enough times now for it to be resonating with all of your minds and triggering some interesting new thoughts. As always with these things, if you know me personally, feel free to get in touch with your own ideas and questions. If you don't know me personally, feel free to leave comments on the video and get in touch in any way, shape or form that you see fit. These are just my improvised ideas on these notions, but I hope they've provided some resonance for you. Now the video is finished. I'm going to go back to thinking. I'm going to go back to recognizing thought in process in all its forms, and I'm going to go back to thinking about the concept of the thought and the way it permeates all of us. Goodbye for now, friends. Stay safe. Good luck.